everybody, how's it going? Dan Schinder here. We are here live on Drum Talk TV. I'm broadcasting from Globe, Arizona, which is 100 miles east of Phoenix. And my guest today is Rodney Pino, coming to you from the South Bay area of SoCal, kind of near where I grew up. Rodney, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Great. Thanks for taking time to join me. And I want to tell everybody kind of a fun fact that I discovered. Rodney and I were talking earlier to test all this out. I've had a rough internet day, folks, so I hope this goes smoothly on the technical side. But Rodney and I made an amazing discovery, okay? We discovered that we were born at the same hospital. But not only that, we're the only people that we know personally that were born at that hospital, which was Daniel Freeman Hospital down the street from what used to be the Fabulous Forum. When I told him, I probably saw 100 Laker games there with my dad, and my first concert, Led Zeppelin, he said, me too, I was there, so how weird is this?
That is quite weird.
Crazy. So, first thing I want to talk about with Rodney is, folks, as a drummer, I think most drummers could agree that we're kind of gadget people and gear people, probably more than other musicians to some degree. And for me, at my age, I'm 57, if anything can be made easier, I am, on board. And Rodney is the inventor of this. No nuts, cymbal sleeves. What does that mean? It means no wing nuts. What does that mean? It means so much easier and quicker to put cymbals on, take them off, and the best part, especially if you have a big kit, like my big blue kit, no losing wing nuts in the Bermuda Triangle. You know, when you drop something, it's like, you'll never see that again, right? Tell us, how did you come up with these? I love these.
Well, honestly, it was my studios. I have, like 12 rooms, and I supply all the drums, and I really got tired of people taking all my nuts and leaving them on the ground, and at the same time with that, I've been touring a lot, and you get up there in 3 or 4 bands and you use a back line, and you get up there and all the shit, it's just all over the place. It's nowhere to be found, and I
mismatched, right?
I really got tired of it, and I started using fuel line and all kinds of just anything I could. I knew I didn't need that, but I knew I didn't want to put my cymbal on the metal, stem of the cymbal stand.
Right.
And so I've worked on it for years, and then I Billy, my partner, which you of course.
Yeah. And I'm going to show them
what you're over 20 years.
While you're talking, I'm going to take them out of the package and show them.
20 years.
This is it, folks. Yeah.
So, anyways, we. Was working with my friend's grandpa in his garage on some piece, and I had some ideas of developing the part. And then when I brought Billy in, he was able to make it happen, because he's in the medical industry and make all these molds and stuff.
Yeah, he works with polymers and all that stuff.
Yeah, so he really, he was the guy, and we made it happen. And all my rooms now, I don't even, and in the first 4 years of maybe I don't know, 3 years or so using these people look at me like, what are these? And I go, that's what I got. Put your damn symbol on there, or go somewhere else. Right. It was foreign. And then I get these old guys that just refuse to not, I have to have the nut and the felts. 3 months later, after coming all the time, they're like, hey, can I buy a couple of those packs? It just like the light went on. Oh my God, these are brilliant. I just figured it out. These are great. Some guys would just walk in and go, oh my God, where did you get these? I go, well, ironically, we made them.
It's great. And I don't have the other component with me, but folks, if you want, like you can see the diameter changes, so if you want your cymbal up higher, or if you want to stack, they make, what is the other piece called? The rings?
Well, we have this.
Oh, you got it there.
Yeah. We have this the ring here. Now, we're going to have another one where we're going to have a couple options. Me personally, I just put these on there because these are I'm in one of my drum rooms. These aren't my hardware. I don't use these. I just use the sleeve and I stick my symbol on it. But what they're good for is what these are good for is for me, some of the symbols, the holes in are the diameter is thinner. So like pasty tends to have smaller holes on some of their symbols.
Right.
And so when you put them on there, it's kind of stiff. Some of the like the Asian symbols or the Turkish stuff, the holes are smaller and they won't even rock. So to stick the ring on there, now it elevates it a little bit. But Billy's been doing all this research with the guy, about quality and sound. I'm a rocker. I hit hard, so I don't got time to sit there and let it fizzle out and all that stuff.
Right.
Once again, I'm a hard hitter, I don't want to fall off, and I want it to have some movement and I don't mind it being a little bit, stiff, but on these stands.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But that's what the ring, and then the ring on the top. Once again, if you stick it on there, they're not made really to come off. So it's back again, Never got the felt in the first place. I use it on my motorcycle in the felt, for cushions and stuff.
That's great.
I never did get it, and it seemed like for my whole life playing drums, and I've been playing since I was a kid, and it's like I never did get it, and I went out there and I spent hundreds of dollars on the glow things, wish out, all this stuff.
Right.
I think I bought everything from every company out there, which I won't name, but they're all of them.
Yeah.
And they're if you hit them once for $16, I'll remember the skull thing you squeeze and you push on it.
Oh yeah.
It glows. The idea was great. Hit it once,
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And if you got 6, 8, add it up. That's a lot of money. It's like, shit, I might as well just buy a kick drum,
Exactly. And folks, I just want to mention, I see that the internet is sticky. I don't know what's up with that today. I think that is partly because there's a lot more people at home these days online,
Yes.
unfortunately.
There is.
Yeah. And I also heard that the divorce rate is soaring because people are spending more time together that haven't really spent time together, which is a shame. But but I see that Bill McFadden. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I heard that. But Bill McFadden is watching. Hi, Bill. Bill is Rodney's partner, and I can't see the comments because my monitor that I usually have here is getting some work done on it, and my phone won't refresh. So, folks, Rodney and I will check the comments afterwards. Feel free to ask questions. I want to jump into music. I see that our freaking picture is frozen. But Rodney plays in a band called No Duh. They are known as the world's best tribute band to No Doubt. And at the risk of the internet being a little wonky, I want to play a short clip from them playing a gig in SoCal. This is the West Covina Arts Theater. Is that what it is, Rodney? Right. Cool. So I'm going to pull this up. Check this out.
They're coming out of the floor.
Yeah. Cool. Check this out, everybody. Hopefully this will play smoothly. Let's see what happens here.
Uh-oh. Well, it's not because it's not where you're having where you're right. I think
Bear with us, folks.
Yeah, if it's bad now, you don't want to get onto the city's website.
Hold on one sec. I'm trying to get the internet to behave. It's not letting me click on the... Wow! This is unbelievable, folks. Sorry about that. Well, hopefully you at least got to hear some of it. Hopefully you saw some of it. I'm just trying to clear the picture so that Rodney and I are back on screen. So let's click here.
I haven't lost you.
Okay, yeah, we're still on. It's just frozen. There we go. There we are. Now we're in front of the other screen. Wow, that was rough. Hopefully they got a taste of that, though, which is really cool. I have a question for you, Rodney, about the band and also about the whole culture of tribute bands, which I find really interesting. So, first of all, how did the band come together? Were you there from the beginning? I mean, you guys sound just like No Doubt. And the energy's great. The sound is killer.
I've been in the band now for 10 years, over 10 years.
Wow.
The bass player I've been working with for 17 years, he's with Silent Rage, like we were talking about, which was on RCA back in the day. For me, it was, I needed the money, honestly, quite frankly. I was broke and everything was to shit for me, and that's how it started. But having got into it, and I really wasn't even a No Doubt fan, having got into it and listening to No Doubt and actually meeting the whole band and getting to know the guys, I love them. I love their music, and if you really listen to it and try to play it, it's quite tricky. A lot of odd timing gaps, and it's very it's a very tricky and play. And but it started out as I needed the money, but then the more I did it and the more I got into it, the more I really loved it. And then the more we started traveling, and we've been all over.
Wow.
All over the Army stuff, and we've been to Brazil, and I mean we've been all over. You know, we go all over the planet, and you're big, but in the last maybe 15 years, it's just blown up. And so there's some really big tribute, just as big as a national act, maybe bigger, you know.
Yeah.
But, I didn't know that was the direction I was going to take, you know. It's just I wanted to play drums, and it was at the time I had a cleaning business, so it was either play drums or do a cleaning business. And honestly, I was done with the cleaning business. I did it because I needed money. I used to tour, come home broke, and I at least I was able to clean and make some dollars to survive.
Right.
You know, but that got old after 20 years.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
That's interesting.
But
I'm sorry. I also want to tell the folks. I know the picture is sticky. There's nothing I can do about it. It's out of my control. Look at this like a podcast. Just listen to the interview if you have to, because podcast doesn't have picture anyways. Rodney, what kind of music were you playing before you got into No Doubt?
I was playing pretty much rock, and I'd been doing my own stuff, which was kind of pop rocky. And I was in a band back in the day called Data Clan, which got signed to Columbia and turned into Love Hate.
Oh wow!
You might have heard.
Yeah.
Some success, and I went into more pop rock. You know, I was playing guitar front in a band for many years, and I frankly got off the drums as far as like now I'm doing back on double bass and trying to be as best drummer as I possibly can. And now I'm back listening to fusion, all kinds of crazy odd time Dream Theater shit, just whacked out stuff. But before I just used the drums to write my songs, which was basic. So I never really worked on my skills. After I gave it a long run and had some sort of some success, and then we failed. And at the end of the day, I got tired of it, and that's when I had an offer to play with Silent Rage, which is EJ, and no duh.
Yeah.
This is like a long story.
That's okay.
They were in the Silent Rage band, which was originally on RCA. They had some success in Europe, so I auditioned for them, got the gig to Europe, did some stuff several years, and then next thing I know, I'm playing in No Duh, and that's kind of how that happened. Now he has been playing. He's the original member of No Duh, and then he's been with Gilby Clarke for many years.
That's cool.
Playing bass as well.
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah. So and back to the tribute thing is there's a lot of national act guys you wouldn't know. You wouldn't even know who they are in tribute bands.
Wow.
There's some really serious talent in the upper echelon of tribute bands. Everybody nowadays seems to be a tribute to somebody, but that's not.
You're right. Exactly.
I have a studio. I have 13.
Wow.
It's just all that that same level.
Yeah.
To be able to tour across the country, over the.
Yeah, no, it's a heavy gig. Do you have a dream? Do you have a dream band that if you could do a tour with a dream tribute band? Not to take away from No Duh, but if it was a different kind of music, different band, what would your dream tribute band be aside from No Duh?
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I tried to make my hair like a mohawk, and I just said.
Exactly.
I cut it off. That's the kind of guy I am. I enjoy putting makeup on. I love wearing nothing. We do these gay prides. Like we're supposed to be going in Texas again in May, which I hope is still going to happen, but I don't know. Who knows with all this going down to the huge 20,000. It's a gay pride festival, and only guy that would be willing to do that, and I enjoy it so much. I've been doing it for so
hilarious.
long. Like I'm addicted to this shit, So I'd have to say what I'm doing. It is, and I'm gonna have to say what I'm doing is really, really what I like doing. If I was doing my own original music, which I was trying to do, ironically, I had dildos that blew toilet paper and all this stuff. I was already doing it, and that would be my dream thing.
That's hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah.
Went to the next level, from No Doubt. I wear more than tutus and less than tutus, but honestly, for be able to be successful, what I'm doing is probably it.
That's awesome.
It's so fun.
Other than
so much fun.
Yeah.
The band's so energetic. It's really people that don't even like them.
That's cool. That's cool. What advice do you have for drummers and even other musicians who are thinking about putting together a tribute band, or they're working at growing a tribute band? Other than the obvious, sound like who you're paying tribute to, what advice do you have to work at that and make it work, if you will?
First off, 100%.
Yeah.
The look. So not only do you have to sound just like them, the tones, everything, but if you really want to kill it, you got to nail the image. And on a smaller level, they're not willing to go that full distance, and that's why they end up not really having a lot of success. Don't quite nail the sound. They want to be more like, you're going to do a tribute. It's not really being about you. It's about being the band. It's like being an actor.
Right.
When an actor does a movie, he can't be himself. He's got to portray, and really, those actors go in there and they work on their characters for God knows how long, right?
Yeah.
That's what you got to kind of do if you want to have a notch, worldwide successful national tribute act. It's got to be. You can't, because the buyers aren't going to buy into, unless they want to pay you, the cheesy little amount of money. Then you could do it all day long. But if you really want to make bucks and you want to make a living and not have to have a day job, you got to cover it all. And it's, quite frankly, it's harder than just writing original music and trying to get a record deal. To me, it's really hard.
It's something
I got lucky. Yeah, I got lucky. It really,
Yeah. Well, I love that you mentioned that it's all about, the little details. The little details make the biggest difference. And I got to say something. And folks, you can hate on me if you want for this. Maybe I'm just too old and grumpy and picky now, but I got to say something. I saw a video earlier today of a killer Genesis cover band, but one of the guitar players was left-handed. And I've seen a Zeppelin cover band with a guitar player who's left-handed, and you know what? I can't look at that because Mike Rutherford is not left-handed, and neither is Jimmy Page, and it's not the right actor, quote unquote, for the part. It's like getting a Chinese guy to play Fred Sanford. It just doesn't work. I mean, I hope you all know that's not a racist thing. I'm just saying it's not proper casting. And if you're just going by sound, that's one thing. But Rodney, like you're saying, if you really want to nail it with the gear and with the tones and down to the nostalgia, okay, I'm going to wear Jimmy's white dragon outfit from the 77 tour. Now we're doing the 73 tour, so I'm going to wear the black dragon outfit. But left-handed? The heck? What's that?
And if Mike Rutherford's skinny, you got to be skinny. You can't be fat.
Right.
Is you can't have a fat Led Zeppelin. It's just they weren't. These guys were druggy. They were skinny little. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. You can't have a left-handed Chinese guy in Genesis. It's just, come on.
And you can't have a real
not
skinny
that a Chinese guy.
Right. But you also can't have a real skinny guy doing Brian Wilson. It just doesn't work.
No.
Or
find the guys that really, the body, that's what's tough about it. That's why actors, when they do these cattle calls, they got to go through so many people, because I've been on a few of them myself, because the band's gotten to go on some cattle calls, and I've been on a couple lately, which I can't really talk about yet. If we get it, I'll come back on and talk about it. But, these guys go through hundreds and thousands of people to find the right. I mean, they're so anal about it all. And it's like, if you really want to kill a tribute, that's how you got to be, because that's how the record companies are trying to get a record deal. What's the difference? Now you get an easy way out and you think you're going to make all the money because you're a virtuoso. Not really, not really. Unfortunately, being a virtuoso isn't going to get you there unless you utilize that skill, and it's tough. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's such great points, because the music industry, both recording, airplay, local, regional gigging, international touring, all of that has changed immensely from the 70s, let alone even the 80s and 90s. It's a different world for everybody. Even the gold and platinum artists of the 70s and 80s, it's different for them. It's a whole different thing now. So those are all, great points. Yeah. Can you think of, you've toured so much, what's your favorite, most memorable location that you've ever played?
Iraq. When we flew around on Black Hawks, the band was in one Black Hawk, the gear was in the other Black Hawk. We hit like all the army bases in Iraq in 2009, I believe, and we made like some really good money, and we all like looked at each other at the end and said, "We'll go back for free," because the troops loved it so much.
They must have gone nuts.
How we got around, we had to walk around with a helmet and a full-blown bulletproof vest, a whole time. Helmets. I don't know if you ever had one of those helmets on, but I was like a bobble.
Like a newborn baby.
Because they weigh like, you know, in the best. And meeting all the troops, it was just unbelievable, appreciative.
That's
and
cool.
probably the next one was when we went to Brazil, was, you know, we played in front of maybe it was sold out. I think there were maybe 6,000 people in an outdoor venue, and it was just, they were just like, they thought they were seeing No Doubt is what it was. It was insane, you know.
That's awesome.
Just, you know.
That's cool. Hey, I know that there's so much more to talk about, and the connection is so messed up that we'll schedule this again. I want to do another interview with you. I want to talk about no nuts cymbal sleeves again next time. I have these